I was surprised that they went for quite a young-looking look and feel. That being said, the issue around identity design is to look at it as a total package rather than just the logo. The logo is rarely seen isolated, it's always seen in context, so it's important to look at it that way. Well, it doesn't need to. It really needs to work for what it was designed for, which was to promote London, which was to promote the Games. So from that point of view, it can have a sense of transience about it. In terms of whether it would ever become a design classic, that's not really for me to judge, but in my personal opinion, I've seen, I think, far stronger, far more classic executions of Olympic brands over the years. I think Beijing was an excellent example. I think Barcelona many years before was another good one, and Los Angeles was excellent as well. You are dealing with a multitude of international stakeholders, and all of their needs and wants have to be balanced. You're also dealing with the general public, and the general public are going to have an opinion on something like this. From a logistical point of view, when you're coordinating a project that touches, from a key ring right up to a stadium, you are dealing with something that has to have a level of flexibility which is quite incredible. I think the lessons are basically the same, but it's a question of scale. Any identity project, you do need to put yourself in the shoes of the receiver or the person who is actually going to experience this brand. So whatever the case is, whether it's a global identity like the Olympics, or for instance some of the smaller identities we've just worked on for financial services, private equity clients, the lessons are basically the same. Is it relevant? Is it right for the particular audiences that it needs to touch? Is it flexible? Can it stretch and cope with all the different communication needs that it needs to deal with? Fundamentally, brands are about reputation. Is it saying what it needs to say? Is it creating the right feeling? And from a reputational point of view, is it enhancing the reputation of the particular organisation? I think without putting too fine a point on it, it's good to think of it as the size of the project should not matter. Basically, you're still after the same sorts of results. The return on the investment for the branding project itself, the impact, what it does for your reputation, all of that still needs to be considered as if it were a massive global branding project, or whether it's just a very specific niche project. The size of it should not matter, but the outcomes should be the same.